Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, going to go over a story titled, My Wife, a 27-year-old female, soft cheats with her best friend. How do I make this stop? And guys, this story is all about a guy. Both he and his wife are 27 years old. And they got married ridiculously young at 21 years old. 21. As it turns out, both of them are from very orthodox religions, which explains the speeding things up to get married. Both of them were virgins when they got married, which also speeds up the reason when they got married. And then, no surprise, his wife was a tad bit curious about other things after they got married. And you're going to see they became friends with another couple they go to church with. And lo and behold, the wifey and her female friend have gotten a bit frisky with each other, if you put it that way. And now it's become a big problem for him, who's a guy who has no experience when it comes to dealing with issues like this, laying down the law, etc., etc. And that'll be a very good one here to go over for many reasons. One, once again, showing a point while you're out of your fucking mind. Well, you're out of your mind to get married nowadays anyway, but people are going to do it. But if you're going to do it, at least wait till much later in life. Closer to 30 when you have a lot more life experience, money put aside, establish yourself with your career, really gotten to know your girl, for all the guys there, or if you're a girl, your guy, before you do that. Experienced both the hardships and good things in life, you get the point. 21 years old, you're out of your freaking mind. And, very important part, the idea that's going around that if a guy gets together with a gal who's a virgin, she's the only one that he ever slept with, that everything will be okay, is nonsense. There have been different content creators out there that I've heard, and a lot of people think the idea that if she's a virgin when you get married, then she'll never cheat, she'll never sway, she'll never look at another guy or gal ever. Because, there's no problem with the pair bonding. And it's nonsense, okay? Because in today's Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0 world, doesn't make a difference she's a virgin when you got married or not. Still, the temptation's out there. The attitude is out there that you can't be strong and empowered unless you have relations with many, many, many dudes out there. And you get the point. It doesn't work. It's nonsense. I've covered a lot of stories like this. And a lot of guys will be saying, SSM, why do you have a problem with gals getting married so young? Because of the whole pair bonding thing. And if they get married early on, if they're virgins or whatever, then it won't be a problem. Wrong. Doesn't work that way. And I've done that. I've covered stories proving that idea is nonsense. And I get shit about it, but what do you expect? So I'm going to go through this story, guys. You'll see more what I'm talking about here and how this guy's handling her soft cheating. And by the way, there's no such thing as soft cheating or micro cheating. Cheating's cheating. So this here, I, a 27-year-old male, have been married to my wife Sarah for 6 years. Smack! You all know why, but yes, married at 21, you're nuts. We have a 3-year-old son. Aw, poor kid. We were both raised in an Orthodox religion, which is why getting married so young was normal for us. Yeah, well, guess what? Normal is most people in this world being unhappy. So you're going to just do everything else because that's what everybody else does? But then again, they were super young with foolish ideas and foolish people guiding them as mentors, and now they're in the same situation. We were both virgins and very sexually conservative when we got married. We have both had similar shifts to more progressive and less religious worldviews. Looking back now, we acknowledge our lives were unfortunately heavily shaped by our shared religion, but here we are. It's not their fault where they grew up, who their family are, how they were raised, and that, people are products of their environment, and I get that, but as adults, you have to think for yourself. But, well, a lot of people raised in a very, no offense to my religious audience here, but let's be honest here, when people are raised in a very orthodox situation, they tend to not think for themselves a whole lot. Questioning is considered wrong. Believe, believe, believe. A few years ago, my wife and I became good friends with some neighbors, Rose and Peter, who went to church with us. Very quickly, Sarah became very close with Rose. Define close. Eventually, they started becoming touchy, holding hands, doing occasional sleepovers with me or Peter when Peter and I were out of town. I didn't like the romantic text or conversation they seemed to have, like they were having together. I also noticed that the friendship was becoming such a big priority that it was affecting her decisions about vacations and stuff like that. Well, if they're having texts that clearly you could label as romantic and flirting and everything, you need to nip that right in the bud right then and there. Because she's cheating. And obviously she's attracted to women. Okay? And it is what it is. Some people may disagree with that, but it is what it is. And obviously that was a problem, them getting married so early, and you get the point there. If she's doing this is a problem. And you have to address it. And just simply saying, there, wife, that's not going to cut it. And you're going to see. One weekend, I went out on an out-of-state business trip. Rose slept in my house while I was gone. Oh, can't imagine what was going on there. When I got back, Sarah immediately talked to me, crying and admitting that she and Rose had slept in the same bed and they had touched each other inappropriately, meaning touching boobs and kissing on the face, but not lips apparently. Yeah, sure. What were they kissing each other's foreheads and cheeks and ears and chin and top of the head, but avoiding the lips? I think they were probably kissing other lips. She said that they just didn't realize how far they were taking until they moved way past friendship touching. Okay, at least she admitted it. I'll give her credit there, but this is not going to work. Okay, you're obviously attracted to women. This is not going to work for our relationship here, our marriage, and you're cheating on me. I thank you for telling me, but this isn't going to work. And you have to handle it accordingly. And she's obviously, this is beyond, in my opinion, just, a fleeting fling or whatever. She's into this girl. Feelings, all that. It's not going to work. At this point in our lives, we were still very religious. So Sarah and Rose, both felt very guilty. I was really disappointed and felt betrayed, and more so by how the relationship has slowly become romantic despite me talking with Sarah repeatedly about it, and she promised to be better. Promised to be better? And you repeatedly talking to her about it? No, you need to leave that. It's over. It's not going to work. They're obviously in love with each other, and no matter you talking to her or her feeling guilty is going to change that. In fact, you shaking your finger and giving her a talking to and making it more a forbidden thing is only going to draw them together more. These are women, mind you. They watch the stupid romantic movies. They read the stupid romantic novels about forbidden love, and that makes it more appealing. It's like a parent forbidding their daughter from seeing a certain guy. How do you think that's going to go? Really? Cut your losses and move on. I get the religious thing. I grew up in a religious household. I get, not like this, but I get a lot of things like that. I've known people that have, and you know what? It's your life. You got one life to live. But, well, over the years, we've stayed really good friends with Rose and Peter. How'd that work? Which I now really regret and feel dumb about. There have been many times I have noticed Sarah and Rose sending highly romantic texts or getting too cuddly. It really bothers me. When I bring it up, Sarah is truly sorry about it and does a lot better for a while. Dude, they're still talking to each other behind the scenes. They're still cheating. It's not work. End it. Talk to a lawyer. Part ways amicably as best possible. All right, you obviously are into girls and it's not going to change, and fine, live your life. Let's part ways amicably. We're adults here. What the family say, this is our business, and if they're pissed about it, tough shit. She struggles with depression, so I felt like having Rose as a highly supportive friend is a net positive for her. Yeah, well, how do you think Rose is supporting your wife? Anyway, this last weekend, Sarah accidentally left her phone next to me in my home office while she was running out an errand. She got a text from Rose I really didn't feel comfortable with, and then I proceeded to read many of their texts. I saw lots of texts of literally 100 a day about giving kisses, cuddling in bed together, and how they were each other's best parts of their lives, hints that they wished for an even closer relationship, etc. Dude, how much evidence do you need that this isn't working? What's the definition of insanity? Repeating the same thing over and over and again, expecting a different result. It's not going to change. And you've been forbidding this. It's just creating more attraction between the two. I was really hurt seeing this. I bet you were, and nobody blames you, but you have to handle this practically, realistically. I feel really stupid that I let this happen and that I have been willfully ignorant for so long. Over the years, I've waffled between being pissed off at the situation and wondering if I'm overreacting. You're allowed to be pissed off at the situation, and you're not overreacting. What you are doing is fooling yourself to think this is fixable, or she's going to just stop one day and not continue on with this behind your back, or let's be honest, sometimes right in front of you. I confronted Sarah about it, and she is so sad about what she's done. She says they don't kiss in the mouth or anything. Yeah, I believe that one. And that everything they say to each other is with the assumption that their husbands are actually their main priority. Well, they may try on the surface to make their husbands the priority, but that's not the case. I know Redditors might jump to conclusions, but I really believe they aren't kissing on the mouth or having SCX. Smack, smack, smack. Dude, pull your head out of your rear end and wake up and smell the coffee. Sarah has always been very forthright and honest when I confront her about things like this. After some questions, Sarah admitted that she's not sure if she is bi or lesbian, but she said she is attracted to me. Well, at the very least, she's into both. But who takes the top priority? Let's be honest. Her loyalty... Nah, that's a bad word to choose. Her heart belongs to the other gal. And maybe your child. But one could argue she's been cheating on the child. But she's sticking with you only because of obviously how she was raised and all that. For now, she has stopped texting Rose. You sure about that, buddy? I told Peter what I found, and I think he talked to Rose about it too, but I haven't talked to him a lot since then. He is aware, as I am, to their past and had a very similar reactions that I've had. I'm not sure if we will be friends anymore or what that will look like. I'm sad if I can't be friends with Peter anymore, but I'm done with Sarah and Rose. If you think that you're going to stop seeing those people, that's going to end your dreaming. Because what's going to happen is your wife's going to become even more depressed and blame you because she can't be with her true love, and that will impact your marriage even more. There are times, just like an investment, guys, and you guys that invest and you have money invest in a certain company or something like that, and it didn't work out, and you're just in the red for so long, there's a point that it's not going to work out. You cut your losses. You sell, you take the tax loss right off, and then you reinvest some money in something promising, and you live and you learn, you move on. Same thing here. They haven't married that long. I'm working on scheduling couples therapy for us, and to be honest, I'm not sure what that will do about it. I'm totally exhausted with the situation, or I'll just feel cheated. Whenever Sarah expresses love to me, I can't help but think it's a lie. I love being married to her, and I want us to be great parents, preferably together. How can I make this finally stop? Do I need to cut all ties with Peter and Rose? I don't want to leave my wife. Can we salvage this? No, you can't salvage this because she's obviously into women. Maybe she has some attraction to dudes, but clearly way more into women. And that's usually how a lot of these things start, where, how can I say, one is dating someone of the opposite sex, but the real attraction is to the same sex. And it goes on with dudes or chicks, as I've heard and been told, actually. He says, I give a lot of people the impression that I care about the mouth kissing boundary. I don't. This lies an arbitrary S-word boundary I think Sarah and Rose have to justify their friendship. What? This type of thinking is a result of our upbringing and super common among people from my background who are not married. I know it's silly. I also regret labeling this as soft cheating. I think it's an emotional affair with physical elements as well. Despite what this short Reddit post makes it to seem, I really doubt they ever had SEX. Smack! Dude, you're kidding yourself. I guarantee you there's been all sorts of frisky things going on than just cuddling and kissing everywhere but the mouth. And believe me, there's way more going on. Dude, my advice here, because he wrote this to look for advice, so I'm going to give it to him, and all you guys are, end it. Cut your losses, all right? Talk to a lawyer, find out your options, good, bad, or ugly. End it with love as much as you can, even though, let's be honest, she's cheating on you. End of story. She's not there. And this will just continue and continue and continue. And it doesn't make a difference if she's getting frisky and in love with another woman or another dude. At the end of the day, it's the same thing as cheating. If this dude writing in was hooking up with the dude and the situation was reversed, then he's cheating. And it's not soft cheating or micro cheating or whatever stupid ass term is used for these types of things. Cut your losses, move on. Your child is young enough that he's not going to know. I don't know if it's a boy or girl, I forget. the child, the 3-year-old, is young enough that, yeah, he'll notice mom and dad breaking up, but it's not going to be as hard as it would be if he was older. So just move on. And you want to raise the kid in an environment where mom and dad clearly don't love each other, because I guarantee you, they stay together and they don't talk to those people anymore. First of all, she'll find a way to talk to her, I guarantee you. And 2, she'll become even more depressed and be resentful to him, and it'll just be a very unhappy house to live in. That kid's going to see mom and dad unhappy as hell. And if that goes on long enough, that kid will think that's how things are. So one day that kid will seek out relationships that are unhappy, and round you go. So, and this guy has to do what's best for him. It's his life. He's 27 years old. And yeah, will that disappoint probably people in their family that are religious? You can bet your butt on that. And people they know in the community, in the church. But do they want to live their lives for them? Or do they want to live their lives for themselves? And people can label them being selfish and all that, but at the end of the day, it's not working. Move on. That's what I think. So I'm going to read a few comments here before I wrap this up, and you guys can all share in the comment section what you think. One guy says here, soft cheating. No, cheating is cheating. Also, I'm fed up with so many people blaming their infidelity on being bi or thinking that they are bi. Being bisexual does not give you a reason or pass to be unfaithful, but it seems to be used as an excuse time and time again. I would leave if I were you. I'm sorry this happened to you, OP. Yeah, I'm sorry for him too, and he's hurt and everything like that, but you want to spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, sleeping with one eye open, having to always check up on her? It's not worth it. It didn't work. Okay, fine. Things don't always work out, and you just lick your wounds and move on. Another guy says here, I don't get how you can consider sleeping together soft cheating. And sorry, OP, but I think you're naive if you think more hasn't gone on. If Sarah and Rose have been raised in a strict religion, they may have suppressed a lot of feelings and are not acting on them. Whilst it was wrong to cheat on you and Peter, I think you may just have to accept that they've fallen in love and this is not salvageable at all. That's exactly it. If you try and tear them apart, I suspect it won't go well for you and they'll sneak around you both. I think you need to have a chat with Sarah about what she really wants and accept that she may want to leave the marriage. Yes, be realistic here. Another guy says your marriage is basically over. That isn't had a bad moment and cheated. She's in love far more deeply with her affair partner than you, regardless if they've only kissed. You can't fix this. You can't fix this. She's in love with the girl. She may, in her own way, love him because he's the father of their child, but that's it. But is she acting like someone that loves him? No. And last one, there is no soft cheating or micro cheating, as some like to call it. Cheating is cheating, bro. Do not minimize what she's done. I'm more baffled why she decides to break your vows, yet you're the one setting up couples therapy. You guys got married too young, in my opinion. I agree. And now she's having those what else is out there urges that she should have explored in her early 20s. You have to cut Pete and Rose from your lives and possibly move for any hope of reconciliation. That can take years even with therapy. I'd rather just end what she broke. Therapy's not going to fix anything. This cannot be fixed. So I wish this guy the best. It sucks that happened to him, but you know what? He's 27. He's got his whole life ahead of him. And just cut your losses and move on. And again, will he get a lot of crap from his family and people in the church and the community? Of course. But he can either go live lives according to the way they say things ought to be lived, and they'll then say that's what God told us to do. Or he can recognize I can still be a good man who loves the Lord and is religious, but I'm not going to adhere to these people's ideas because I'm miserable. This is a bad situation. Let's cut ties, and we can try to raise our son from different households and with love and blah, 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 you know. But continuing on like this is not going to work. But the whole soft cheating thing, micro cheating, is just ridiculous. And there's a lot of people out there that have an idea that if it's with someone of the same sex, then hey, it's not cheating, it's okay. Bullshit. And I guarantee a situation was reversed, and she was in love with him, and he was hooking up with some other dude. Believe me, she'd have issue with that. Anyway, I've gone on long enough here. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And guys, you got a good story like to share that you found online, email me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just give me some time to get to it, and I definitely will want to get the chance. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.